Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, playing some more Terra. This time I'm in version 0.73, the brand newest of the stable builds. But I took to the R&D because I am not done this base yet, and it is gonna get finished. I'm determined, I am motivated, and I am stubborn. But before we get into all that, as you can see it's already kinda taking shape, progressing kinda positively. But I would like to thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy what you are about to see. I'm glad you made it, or returned. If you're a new or returning viewer, awesome. Welcome nonetheless. And also, I hope you do always remember, I appreciate all the support and all the coolness you guys have brought to my little channel. It's been amazing. I do thank you. And if you do happen to like what you are going to see, throw a like down below, along with some comments. Even if you just want to say hello, that'd be great to hear from you. I likes to socialize. Or if you haven't already, subscribe, ding the bell. Either way, if you already subscribed, then ding the bell, ding the bell. That way you'll be notified when I have some new and crazy crap like this to watch that hopefully you'll all be interested in and we can have some fun with. But like right here, I'm trying this out with the hover glitch. It's not that great, but it's not bad either. So I can't get the nose to come down because I have no flap control, but it does this kind of stuff. So it's like I was saying in the last video, I plan on using the hover glitch for one method of flying and moving this base, and then without the hover glitch for the other method. So I kind of want to keep it able to do both. But if you happen to have a cool and original tech, doesn't have to be a big thing like this. You could always just maybe throw her in through my link down there for the Saturday Showcase. The link down there for the Saturday Showcase auditions is just waiting for submissions from all you guys. Fellow techologists that have some cool and original ideas. All you need to do is take an in-game snapshot or a save game, send it through that link to the Terra Tech official forum thread that I started, and I'll take it from there and make the best dang video out of it I can. But back to this little creative endeavor of mine that all started from a challenge. I decided to, redesign, and while redesigning, I figured I should put some more fuel storage on this thing. Since it is big, it's going to have a ton of batteries and a ton of bubbles. Because I want this to be an effective, usable base, in-game. Even though it's going to lag the snot out of everything. But eventually, someday I'm hoping things get optimized and we'll be able to use it just like every other tech. So now I got that all kind of installed and put in, but now let's see what kind of weight problems it gave me. And yeah, I kind of expected that, but it worked just the way I did expect, so I'm happy. It's weighing down the back of it, so that's what I intended. Front's still lifting good. So now I just got to worry about filling in the back. And since this is a snake kind of a build, and I do like the cobras, I'm going to make a hooded cobra, I believe. I think that's going to be the way to go with this. It's going to make it a lot easier to get this thing to fly the way I want, and it's going to be a lot cooler looking, I think. Because other than that, who knows, it could look like a worm with an angry face when it's done. You put a hood on it, it's going to look like a cobra. So here, we're going to try the hover glitch with this one now. And yeah, it's still not responding very nice. Still wants to just fly like that the whole time. Uneven lift. The front is lighter and more lift compared to the heavy back end with less. And once again, we crash back down to earth. Almost. How do you like that, eh? It's actually lifting itself back up. Not too shabby, but it's rolling over, and yeah, I'm just going to quit that. It'd just take a long time for it to finally flip and roll and crash. Now we got a little farther done, though. Starting to get the basic shape of how I want the hood to round up. Put in a bunch of more propellers and a few other little touches. Like anything with a flying tech, you got to test and test and test and test and test. And test and test and test. And that's exactly what I've done. I don't know how many times I've set this thing up, take it for a fly, and do that. And honestly, it takes about 20-30 seconds for it to fire after you hit the button. And there ain't really that many guns on this. It's mainly the missiles, I think. Because every time they go to send out another round of missiles, that's when it'll pause on me. And then it waits for them to get ready and fire, and then it'll work like normal. But as you can see this way, it's actually functioning. I can tilt it. I can nose down, nose up. And yeah, it's not the hitch. Or not the glitch, I guess. So yeah, it's definitely effective this way. So I'm pretty happy with that. But now, let's try something. I don't know, I've never really done this before. Just trying to switch it over mid-use. But no, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's still using the normal flying controls. So if it switched over, I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh well. I'll reset and try again later. Originally, I was pulling all the segments behind me too every test. Well, that gets a little frickin' overcomplicated and time consuming when you have to test every 3 or 5 minutes. And you got to take 20-30 minutes to set it up. So I'm just going to worry about this thing for now. And I'm going to guess on how much lift I need. And then I'm going to hope for the best. So look at that. I like that so far. It's kind of got me wondering if I made the hood a little small though. So I don't want to get too involved into one of the design aspect as of yet. But yeah, once again, hover glitch, no. But now it's probably too late because I already took off. So I'm probably just going to get stuck with that and crash. But anyway, still a good test because I just wanted to make sure it would fly. So this time with no hover glitch, let's see how it works. We got a few more wings on the back there, but we also got a lot more weight with all that armor. It seems to be working though. It wants to lay back, but I can fight it back to level. So I'm happy with that. There's still lots of blocks to add on this, and it's all up to me if I want them to be lift, or if I want them to be thrust, or if I want them to be glide oriented. By glide, I mean wings. But I decided that just having the front pickup resources is kind of a waste of real estate on a monster tech this size. So I decided to put in some kind of like ribs for him. So now he's got 6 little spots where he can pick up resources. And that's just the start. I got plans. And yeah, the pink thing ain't going to stay there. I've just been leaving it on there in case I want to flip this guy back over. And it's out of my way, so I don't really have to bother with it. But these eyes have been bugging me. I was hoping those mobile skews would show up a little better as far as the black ball and that, but they blend in so good. I'm going to put something on a little more attention getting. So I was thinking the green eyes, but I don't know, at first glance they look alright, but they do look kind of silly against the cool background of this tech. So I don't know. I'll leave them on there for now. Let's give this another try, though. Do the old hover glitch thing. Well, yep. Don't try and take off when you got blocks jammed under you. It does not help. But as you can see, it'll fly away pretty good, but yeah, it still wants to nose up and crash. Oh well, as long as it still takes off. Because basically my only concern now is if it won't achieve flight. If it can't do that, man, I'm screwed. The big boo-boo of the day kind of thing. You know, my little snaky's got he broke out in pink dots. He's sick. Oh no, poor little fella. Come on, you can do it. Oh, see, he's tired, he's sluggish. Okay, here we are. Got her in the air, he's feeling better, he's flying high. Oh, sort of high, he's only at 200-some feet. He'll get there. That's still handling nice. No hover glitch on this one. So it controls fairly good. Of course, it's a little sluggish and a tad slow to respond, but doesn't really surprise me. For some reason, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Yeah, those pink blocks are really hanging on there. 61 miles an hour, almost 700 feet. See if we can wiggle them off a little bit. Oh, lost some. And there's supposed to be a skew right there picking them up. Kind of weird that would work, eh? Think that they would have been sucked up by now. Oh, there goes some more. That's one way to get them raw. Get rid of them. Thought I was crashing, didn't you? Don't worry, I am. Didn't save myself enough. Need more lift at the back before that maneuver will work. But that little show that it wants to is promising. So before I do anything else, I should really think about adding more lift and all that to it. So I've done just a little bit, but now I'm going to add a bunch more weight. Because this is supposed to be a flying mobile refining base to make real good use of these mobile refineries. Well, you can't do that unless you have an actual little setup. So my setup's going to be basically handle everything, all in one little shot. Well, not a little shot, I guess, but so as you can see, I kind of already did the first side, so I know how I want it to be. Other than that, this would have been a long little section of video. It would have been 4 episodes in itself, because I don't know how many times I tore this apart, redid this, little farting around here and there. So I figured this was the nicest way to present it. So basically all of this is going to handle is every type of resource it can. If it can get picked up, it can handle it. It's either going to keep it for fuel, or it's going to sell it off. And I think I got it set up where I should only lose very limited amounts of fuel resources by having that silo as the main catch. So it should be pretty good. And now this is just kind of the start, so it takes a little bit of farting around, get her kind of figured out, laid out. Even just moving from side to side, it can be a little pain in the nuggets. As you can see here, you got to mirror everything, and sometimes mirrors are hard to work in. So this is one little trick that I've been liking. If you haven't noticed, the resources will hover one block above the conveyors. So you can actually put a block in that space, and the resource will hover over it. Helps make more compact systems when you don't have those extra spaces being used up. And it should always work like that. It's not like it should be a glitch that's helping you. It's nothing like that. It's actually something that should work and should never have to be worried about it not working. But who knows? But unfortunately, we don't have a mirrored version of the refinery, so you can't make things symmetrical like this because you got to switch it around. The green inputs on the wrong side, so it takes a little bit of creativity and rejuggling of the blocks, but you can do it. But then when you're talking about aerial flyers, it can actually create some really devastating and unbalancing effects. It's not so noticeable on a tech this size because that little refinery and the 6 extra blocks I might need to get it to work is not enough weight to affect this really. But on the smaller ones, it would make a huge difference, as I know it did because I tried. I didn't really try that hard on the small ones. It could be done, I know that, because I got some pretty promising results from some of my other tests that I did. But to really make it truly awesome and easy, we do need a second mobile refinery, and we do need a second stationary refinery. We pretty much can't have blocks that are one-side oriented, or we're not going to have the ability to really make symmetrical things or stuff that's balanced as easy. And it's not even about it being easy, it's just about it looking right. Because asymmetrical stuff, honestly, a lot of the time doesn't look right. Even though if it'll work fine and all that, it don't look right. And that's not me being OCD or whatever, but that's just, it's a visual thing. Now, I've kind of got myself past the point where it drives me crazy, which it used to. And I kind of accept it, and I just look for the overall, does the idea work, and how close does it look to what I wanted? So far, that's the only issue I really have, is not being able to make things symmetrical. But, it is another part of the challenge, which I do enjoy. That's the main reason I build these big things. That's my main thing that I do in this game that I don't think I'd ever really stop enjoying. because I challenge myself. I'm not too concerned with what other like things that are going on, as far as like, oh, this guy he's made 7,000 videos or whatever. And no, I like the stuff that's interesting, challenging. It's not something that everyone's gonna do. I know I've seen a lot of other YouTubers that have played Terra Tech, and right on. I'm glad they found the game. I'm glad they play it, and they do have some great ideas and all that. But I think they play just for different reasons than I do. Like why I do this game. Like I started this one just because I've always been a Lego kid. I've always liked building stuff, fixing stuff, making things work that probably really shouldn't work. And, well, I take pride in what I build. I wish I could take pride in how good those Venture high-speed silos can actually hold on to things, though. Like, look at that. They did do better, but at 75 mile an hour, I'm losing stuff out of them. And that's even facing them backwards and forwards in hopes that would be even better, so. But anyway, back to the whole other YouTubers. A lot of them, they're building smaller techs and that, and hey, right on. They're cool in their own right. But see, I like taking things to a little next level. And that's where it kind of makes me wonder if what I'm doing wrong. Because, I don't know. Kind of thought that these big techs would actually have more of an inspirational value to people, but it seems that most people don't even want to, I don't know, they don't want to acknowledge it or something. Maybe they're intimidated by it, or they're overwhelmed. I don't know any other better words. Or, I hope not, but maybe they're just mad. Jealous of something? Nah, it wouldn't be it. But anyway, I hope it can all get by, and everyone can have a ton of fun. We share our ideas, and we'll get back to the cool stuff. Like, it's all I'm here for. I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to brag, none of that. I'm just trying to share the fun that I have, and hopefully inspire a few other people, like-minded technologists. Maybe they can have an idea that I helped them come up with, Because I know a lot of you technologists and players that I've checked out, you guys have helped me come up with ideas like this build. This has actually been inspired by 3 different techies, or technologists, over the last little while. One made a dragon that was awesome, so I'm going to kind of use that idea. Another one made the snake that was in my last week's showcase. Same kind of idea as a dragon, but a little different. And then the challenge about the aerial mobile flying base. Those 3 things inspired me to start this build right now instead of waiting later. So that's just how it goes with me. It's spur of the moment kind of spontaneous inspirations. That's kind of what I work with, and I find it works nice. And I was going to mention earlier, I just kind of showed it, but I was already gabbing. With the generators, you can stack them and they'll still work. They'll actually double your production, or your fuel production, energy production. And that's still kind of nice. I like seeing the missiles fly out the front there. I think it's cool. Cool. But right about here, I think I'm going to call this one at about an end. So if you did enjoy the show, throw a like down there. My little channel is fueled by likes, comments, and having a good one. So if you have any comments, you know what to do with them. Even if you just want to say hello, it'd be awesome to hear from you. I do thank you for all the support. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a hell of a good time, as much fun as I did doing it. And if you haven't already, subscribe, ding the bell if you haven't. That way you'll be notified when I have something new and hopefully cool for you to enjoy. And don't forget about the Saturday Showcase, where if you got a cool and original tech, you can post your snapshot or your save game even through my link down below, the Saturday Showcase auditions. And I'll make the best damn video out of it I can, and hopefully we'll all have a ton of fun in the process. Oh, come on. Make the landing. Be nice. Think gentle thoughts. Gentle thoughts. Nice fellow. Banged him up. Oh, damaged him. Oh, yeah. Oh, lost a fang, too. Ouch. So until next time, everybody, keep being awesome. Keep having a good one. Bye.